How's it going, Databases? No Data here, and welcome back to another exciting episode of Roblox Assassin. So the competitive season for Assassin has officially ended, so congratulations if you got on the leaderboard. It doesn't even show the leaderboard anymore, but yeah, congratulations if you got on the leaderboard and got these wonderful prizes right here. But with the end of the competitive season, we actually got another update, and it's a pretty small one, but it is kind of nice to see, you know, get some new knives for the game every once in a while. So if you take a look at the shop, you will see a brand new Mythic knife. We have the Windforce right here. So this is a brand new Mythic knife. It costs 600 Robux. And it's on sale for a little over 2 weeks. So yeah, kind of crazy because we actually have two purchasable mythics at the moment. We have the Techno Trident and we also have the Windforce right here. So yeah, this is a brand new mythic, and in this video, we are going to try out this mythic knife. We're going to buy it, we're going to try it out, and we're going to talk about its potential value. So if you guys are excited for this episode of Assassin, be sure to drop a like on it. It helps out a whole lot. And if you're new, be sure to subscribe for more Assassin videos in the future. And also, don't forget to use star code PURPLE when buying Robux and Roblox Premium, because it really helps me out to continue making these videos. Anyway, let's go ahead and buy it. It's 600 Robux, so it's not too expensive. Let's go ahead and buy the Windforce. 3, 2, 1, and boom. There we go. We just bought the Windforce Mythic. So that is another Mythic in our inventory. Let's go ahead and try it out. Gonna go over to the inventory. There it is right there. Gotta scroll through the Mythic. Should be at the bottom. And there it is. The Windforce Mythic. We got a lot of Mythics in this update. There's been like 4 different Mythics over the course of like a few weeks. It's kind of crazy, to be honest. But yeah, here it is right here on my side. So that looks really cool. Let's go ahead and try it out. All right, so here it is, guys, the Windforce Mythic that you can get by buying it in the shop. Now, for some old Roblox players, this knife might actually look really familiar, and that's because this is another knife, or I guess sword, from Sword Fight on the Heights. And this is a really old Roblox game. I want to say it was like in the late 2000s, like whenever Roblox originally came out. It was also pretty popular in the early 2010s as well. I remember playing Sword Fight on the Heights quite a bit. I think it was Sword Fight on the Heights 4. It was one of them. It wasn't the very original, but I played some of them. But yeah, this is actually a sword from that very old Roblox game. So, you know, this is what we had back in the day. And we actually have quite a few swords from that game in this game already. So back in 2020, we got a lot of swords from Sword Fight on the Heights. We got the Illumina and the Dark Heart as dream knives. I believe this was a purchasable dream with Robux, and you can still get the Dark Heart today in the time shop if it's available. But it's not there at the moment, but you can still buy the Dark Heart if it's around. And then later on in the summer event of 2020, we got the Firebrand and the Venom Shank. So I believe the Venom Shank was also a bundle that you could buy with Robux. And I believe Firebrand was the exotic that was in the summer case in 2020, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, those were the 4 swords from Sword Fight on the Heights that we had. That being said, Dark Heart is the only like permanent obtainable one. Again, you can still get this in the time shop to this day if it's around. But all the other ones were limited time and unobtainable, and this Windforce is actually also limited time. That being said, this is the first OG sword that is actually a mythic. We have 2 swords that are dreams and 2 swords that are exotics, but this is the first mythic OG sword. So that is pretty interesting to note as well. But yeah, other than that, I mean, this is a really simplistic sword. You can see it's just a blue sword, really not too much to write home about. And again, this was because this was made back in like 2008, all right? This was like over 15 years ago that this sword was made in Roblox. So obviously it's really simplistic, really generic. Obviously, you know, it's really just a blue sword. There's not much to write home about otherwise in terms of design. This was probably made earlier than 2008, maybe like 2007. I don't know exactly when. I didn't play back then, to be honest. That being said, you can see that this knife does have an effect of its own. You can see some blue stars appearing and disappearing around the sword. I'm pretty sure the original Sword Fight on the Heights had that exact same effect on the Windforce. Again, it's been so long since I've actually played it, so I can't verify that for sure, but I'm pretty sure the Windforce had that effect. Maybe it didn't. I know the Illumina had like a purple star effect, I don't really know if the Windforce had one though, but it definitely looks really fitting on the Windforce right here. And again, very reminiscent of those very old Roblox games. So yeah, really cool sword, although it does look really similar to the Illumina. I say that's my only problem with it. I mean, just when you look at them side by side, you know, the Illumina is a little bit brighter, and it has, again, it has purple stars instead of blue ones. So yeah, you can distinguish them a little bit, but like, it's really hard to distinguish these two knives. Obviously the Windforce is a little bit more of a dark blue, but like, I don't know, this one feels really similar to the Illumina. I feel like the other like 3 swords before then, they were completely different colors, so you were able to distinguish them, you know what I mean? I feel like you can't really do that with the Windforce. And yeah, this knife doesn't really have a death effect, no surprise there, although it would have been really cool if like when you killed someone with this sword, their body like got pushed away a lot, because in Sword Fight on the Heights, when you hit someone with the Windforce, they actually get pushed like really far, you know, because, you know, it's a Windforce, it has wind effect to it. So when you hit someone with that sword, it would like push them with the wind, and in a lot of instances the Windforce can like let people fall off the ledge, and you could kill them that way. So it would have been really cool if like if you killed someone, their corpse would like blow away. But I guess, you know, corpses do have collision to them, so that could mess up some other players. So I can see why they don't really do that. But still, it would have been really cool if that was a thing. Like, you kill someone and then their corpse just blows away. Anyway, guys, in terms of value, I don't believe this knife is currently on the value list. I'll check real quick. Okay, yeah, it is on the value list, but the value is to be determined. To be honest, it's kind of hard to say how much this knife is going to be worth. However, it is a purchasable mythic, so I would say that eventually it does have some potential. I'm going to say right now it's not going to be all that valuable, because again, you can just buy it with Robux. I feel like a lot of people are going to buy it. But that being said, some purchasable mythics are actually like really good at the moment. I say in particular Inferno and Shuriken. Those are like 2 relatively old purchasable mythics, and they have like blown up in value lately. Like, they are just super valuable at the moment. So again, it kind of just goes to show that, you know, sometimes knives that are purchasable with Robux, they can end up being really, really good. So I don't think it's something that should be completely like pushed to the side, because I do think that there is some potential with those. That being said, I mean, this mythic is definitely cheaper than the other mythics. I remember Inferno being like almost 2,000 Robux, and Shuriken definitely wasn't very cheap as well. It was definitely more than 600. I don't remember how much it was exactly. Yeah, it was 1,400 Robux, not 600. So again, because it's cheaper, probably means that more people are gonna buy it. So it can take a while for this knife to become good. But again, I do feel like there is some potential because of Inferno and Shuriken. You know, these knives can be good eventually. It takes at least a year, maybe several years. I mean, Inferno was like, what, a 2018 knife? So that was a long time ago. I believe the Illumina is actually doing pretty good nowadays. This was back in 2020. I believe it's doing pretty good for itself right now. Not as good as like the purchasable mythics, but it's doing pretty good. Right now, the Illumina is like a solid 20. I believe it used to be like 6. So that's pretty good progress, to be honest. And there is so many swords at the moment. I can kind of see these swords ending up becoming like a set, like a sword set. You know what I mean? I remember back in the day, there was a saber set of like all the sabers. I mean, sabers aren't really doing that great right now, but there was a saber set. There's probably still like a competitor blade set of competitor blade 1 and 2. But yeah, the sword set would probably include Illumina, Darkheart, Firebrand, Venom Shank, and the Windforce. So that's pretty cool. And maybe if you put them all together, they'll end up just being more valuable. I don't know. I don't think sets are a very big deal in Assassin. They definitely are in Murder Mystery 2. Anyway, yeah, guys, that's pretty much all there is to say about the Windforce. Maybe we'll get some more swords from Sword Fight on the Heights in the future. I don't really know. I don't know how many there are left. I think there's like an Ice Dagger and a Ghost Walker. I think that's pretty much it. That's all the swords I remember, unless there were like more sequels and swords added in those sequels. But that's all I remember personally from when I played the game. So there's a couple more left. I don't know if Prisman's gonna add them, but that's gonna be it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching this episode of Roblox Assassin. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and all those other things that YouTube people do. And I will see you guys in the next video. Stay purple.